Now, your engineering career, your career in the Navy, were you sent into any combat situations?
No.
Or you were able,
Not directly.
So you were primarily designing projects and overseeing the design of different...
Well, in the Philippines, we were actually doing the construction work. For example, I built an aircraft carrier wharf, so you could bring aircraft carriers in at a time, 4 mooring platforms, and I had a tremendous amount of concrete. I had 100 carpenters just doing form work so we could pour concrete. I had a quarry, the big rock to stabilize the shore, the small rock we use for aggregate and concrete. So I know construction. The Gitmo, Guantanamo thing, we cut the water off. We had no water. We had to have water barged in until we came up with a solution. It was an obvious solution, but it was one that involved security. This thing is sitting there. It's about 12 stories high. It's got all these pipes and things there. There are 22 stages in 3 of these things. And the Cubans have one little field artillery piece that can probably knock the whole thing out. So, but they'll get theirs. There's no way they can survive down there. And of course, the Cubans have the high ground. But but basically, it works.
Uh-huh.
And at that time, when I was going to engineering school at Rensselaer, it was very difficult for blacks to get jobs as engineers. Now, some places hired them. Fortunately, we had a guy at GE who was the head of NAACP. He was a Lebanese. And I talked him into going to Howard. I said, I started off at Howard as an electrical engineering major, and they had some good professors and good labs and equipment. The knock was black schools can do well in liberal arts, but if you need a lot of money for labs, for animals, and so forth, they can't afford it. Mm-hmm. A lot of them are church supported and so forth. A lot of the students are not up to par in terms of this type of thing. And they don't get the teachers anymore because Harvard and Yale and MIT are outbidding or offering prestige, if not the dollar.
Yeah. So
basically, they decided to try Howard, and they hired the first 6 engineers. Now, I belong to the Alpha chapter there. There were a number of black engineers who worked for GE, but they were graduates of MIT and Caltech and so forth, and not Howard or Hampton and that sort of thing. So we had to resolve that. And then not only were these schools expensive, they were tough to get in. I have a friend, I gave one of the speeches I gave the other day, and the fellow came to me after, says, I never really thought about that. He said, I've always been deathly opposed to affirmative action. And the comment that you made, I thought, was most appropriate. I told him I had a friend who was on the board of admissions for Harvard Law School, Walter Leonard. I don't know if you know Walter or not. But anyway, and he said that the first year that he was on that board to select medical students, freshmen, law students, he said, if I were to go down the list of all these records I've looked at, this freshman class would be all Asian. He said, I don't even believe Harvard College could take that. The alumni. people with lots of money. He said, no way.
Uh-huh.
And he said, and he wondered, this is probably going on other places, that why should I apologize for affirmative action?